screening go, by the way?
It actually went really well. In the weeks leading up to it, I was pre-selling tickets, and I was like, man, this is not looking good. I was getting super discouraged because at a certain point, even getting 15 people to show up was like, this seems fucking unattainable because we're like a week out and no one's bought tickets. I think I'd sold like 6 a week before it happened, but then in the last few days and then on the night of, I think we ended up getting around 50 people to show up. So I was super surprised and happy with it. Everyone seemed to like it. So thank you to everyone that came out to that. And thank you to the Guild Cinema. I think I will probably try to do another one, maybe like towards the end of January. We'll see how it goes.
That's awesome.
But hello, everyone, and welcome to Dead Formats, a movie podcast where once again we look to the skies in search of unidentified filmic objects. I'm your host, Chris, and this episode we're going to be discussing an ABC original film, Project ALF, from 1996. Today I'm joined by a couple of guests who ought to be incinerated. Jim, Steve, welcome. How are you doing this evening?
Wonderful.
Fabulous, Christopher. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So Jim and Steve are the hosts of Waxing the Porpoise, a podcast that's a little bit of a dead format itself. So
you don't
tell
say.
us a little bit about your show.
We are a dead format as of now. We're kind of like in a long-term spin cycle hiatus. I think if anyone who's listened, I think the last 4 or 5 episodes that we've released, I mentioned specifically towards the end, like, we're going to get this back. We're going to get this going. And we just haven't found the juice to kick it back on, but I'm still paying for all of the fucking hosting and everything just in the case that we fire it up tomorrow. So, we'll kick it back up one of these days.
It's on sabbatical. Not completely gone away.
Yep. It's not goodbye, it's see you later.
Yeah. So our dead format this week is made for TV movies again. And on top of that, it acts as a series finale to a show that was canceled 6 years prior. So are you guys big ALF fans? What is your respective histories with ALF?
I'll go first because I know it's shorter than Jim. I've never seen a single episode of ALF in my entire life. I think I'm a little older than Chris, but younger than Jim. I was born in '87, so I don't know if it was before my time or if I just didn't have cable. Never seen a single episode. Always just thought of it as a horrifically bad, schlocky, dog shit TV show. So that
tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I felt going into this. So.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, man.
So I know Jim has a little bit more of a emotional relationship with it.
Yeah, I mean, not much. I mean, I was born in '85, and I think when ALF was in its heyday, I was like fucking 3 or 4. So I really just know of it like kind of by osmosis during the time, but then I had to have caught like reruns and stuff. I think he's kind of up there in like the cultural zeitgeist, as it were, like a Spuds McKenzie, he was kind of like a fucking, a spokesman for this and that, and he was everywhere. There was like crossover stuff, and it was just like ALF, it was like a cultural icon type deal. I don't know. I just thought I always liked his kind of like he's kind of like a jerk, kind of like an asshole, kind of like Garfield. He's got like a Garfield vibe going, so which I really dig. So, but yeah, there was another special that I watched like separate from this, and then something about Project ALF in particular, because it came out in like 95 or 96.
96, yeah.
I remember specifically like ALF's back, like it was like a fucking thing, dude. Like it was like on ABC Family or something. I was like, dude, you say ALF, fucking, I say how high. Like let's fucking do this. So, yeah, I thought the movie was fucking rad. Like, I remember sitting down like with my cousins and stuff. Like we watched it and like had a fucking hoot. And this viewing was a little bit different, but I did watch it with my kids, and they seemed to like parts of it, but they even tuned out towards the end because it kind of fizzles out a little bit. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's iPads and TikTok and Roblox.
Dude, fuck Roblox, man. I don't let them go fucking 10 meters from that thing. Yeah. So that's my experience with
with
ALF.
I know you are just a couple years older than Steve and I, so I had wondered if you were like, since you're like 3, 4, 5, 6 when it was out, I wondered if this was like a childhood thing for you, because it wasn't like originally a child show, like it was never meant to be, but I think children really latched onto it. So I wondered if you were one of those kids, but apparently not.
I remember like glimpses of like family dinner, like when we'd fucking take dinner into the living room and like it'd be on, you know, like it kind of bleeds in with like Roseanne.
I knew you were going to say Roseanne. I could just see you with the bowl cut mullet eating dinner in the living room.
Chef Boyardee SpaghettiOs out of the can.
Oh yeah.
A bowl cut. Dude, I did have a bowl cut mullet at one point. I had a flat top mullet and a bowl cut mullet at different points in my early childhood, but yeah, it kind of bleeds through with those kind of like family sitcoms, and it was fun. But yeah, I don't really remember. I don't have any like hard, like tactile memories of it. Just kind of like in the background.
So I started watching ALF. Like I was always aware of it because there's a Simpsons joke about ALF that's pretty famous, and I watched The Simpsons a lot. But I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade. The Hallmark Channel started playing ALF reruns like at the time when I would get home from walking home from school. So I would watch ALF and then
Touch by an Angel or
yeah, it seems weird that it was on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
It's like, and then I think at a certain point they're like, oh yeah, we run reruns of ALF. We're going to play Project ALF at some point. So I recorded it from TV, but that's pretty much it. I have within the last couple of years, I think probably like in the last 2 years, I did rewatch the whole series. So I've seen every episode a couple times. Yeah.
So how many seasons did the show run?
Yeah,
like
that was one of the things I wanted to talk about, because it is really weird to think about how culturally enduring ALF is, because in terms of television, it didn't last very long. Like you said, just like 4 seasons. From 1986 to 1990, a total of 100 episodes. There were like 2 animated series that combined had about 50 episodes. So it's like ALF was only around for 4 years, but somehow it's still a character that's constantly referenced in other media. And like, he's been on the O'Reilly Factor, Saturday Night Live, Mr. Robot, right. Young Sheldon. People fucking love ALF all these years later, and I really don't know why that is, considering how brief of a window he was popular.
Damn. O'Reilly Factor. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I need to look that up.
Just giving Bill O'Reilly the fucking business.
It is weird because 4 seasons, you could see it from both perspectives where, you know, because I've never seen like Twin Peaks, but wasn't that only like 2 seasons? But
yeah,
people still kind of hold that in high regard.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like Breaking Bad, wasn't that only like 5 seasons? But that was like such a considered like a long show.
I think it was 6, wasn't it?
Well, I thought it was like 5, but they split the last one into 2 or whatever. Like,
yeah, that's true. I think it was only like 7 episodes in the 6, but I think that's a whole different animal, though.
I guess I'm surprised that ALF lasted 100 episodes with how horrifically bad it must have been the entire time. But
yeah, so Breaking Bad 5 seasons, 62 episodes. So ALF had almost twice as many episodes.
So it's twice as good.
Well, when you take their hour-long episodes versus 45 minutes versus 22 minutes. But, I mean, that's kind of like, though, that used to be the thing, like the 100 episode mark for TV shows. That was like the magic number for syndication. I always remember.
Was just a different time. Like,
yeah, because back then we weren't flooded with all the streaming and everything. Like it was pretty narrowed for like network TV, and to have someone indelible like Alf, who's pretty similar to like a
Indelible.
Jesus Christ.
But he's right though.
Getting a little loose with the lingo.
well, yeah, I just mean like, you know, like Garfield, like he's pretty similar to Garfield. And like, I'd be hard pressed to like put like a number on how many Garfield episodes or seasons. Think about all the spin-offs and
but even
specials
that's
and
different
weird
because
shit.
that was like a comic strip. So there's potentially like
A
thousands
built-in-
of those that people read every week.
That's true. And they also, this is getting into a fucking rabbit hole, but there's a whole like side subreddit of like this
It's like,
weird.
I'm sorry, John, or
Yeah,
is that what
I'm
it's
sorry,
called?
John shit, dude. That shit's fucking weird, man.
I haven't thought about that in a while.
What is
It's
is
like-
that?
And so this is like came to my attention, I don't know, 5 years ago. So this is just my recollection. It's just sort of reimagining like Garfield as sort of a Lovecraftian
Yes.
horror.
Yeah. Like an eldritch, like cosmic fucked up being, like it can take crazy shapes and forms. And it's like the actual, what's happening to John is he's like under some kind of like hypnosis or like spectral power from this demon Garfield. And he's like, there's all these iterations where people have taken like fanfic basically on it. And they do these like fucked up drawings of Garfield, like turning into this crazy thing from like The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. And it's like, it undoubtedly ends with like, I'm sorry, John. And like John being exposed to like these crazy horrors of imagination at the hands of a fucked up demonic
Damn,
Garfield.
that sounds really cool.
I stumbled upon it like once. I was like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, it's like a huge thing. Like, it's like you could group it in there with like, you know, like any weird nook on the internet that exists. Like, yeah.
Quick question. Why do you hate everything that's good in the world, Steve?
Well, if everything good in the world is ALF and you guys' dark web Garfield websites, I'm going to have to stand firm in my opinion here, but
Fair enough. But I think it is, you guys do kind of raise a good point. It's like maybe ALF was so popular because it was like during that last gasp of the monoculture. Like it is like there were cable television services, but I feel like it was more like the upper middle class and above that would have had access to it. So it's probably like these were the last years of where Americans are all just watching the same shit.
yeah,
So,
I feel like I've heard that sentiment of that's all we had. That, you know, you see clips from old TV shows or even commercials and people are like, yeah, I mean, it sucks ass in hindsight, but literally that's all we had. I can't even tell you how many times I've not rewatched, but in its time, the Ronco rotisserie
oh, hell
infomercial.
yeah.
That was
Set it and forget it.
that was grade A entertainment.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Dude, that's like my favorite part of staying at hotels is that they have like
Baby back ribs.
they have like actual TV, so it's like, oh man, suddenly Shark Tank is really interesting to me, even though I don't give a fuck about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, now it's at the point where it's almost like you're like an anthropologist, like looking back at like a bygone time. I just saw someone posted something on Reddit or Twitter or something. They were like, guys, I just checked into this hotel, and he's flipping through the channels and he took a picture of each thing. Like, you know how some hotel channels, like they'll have like, you'll change the channel and it'll be like a bar and it shows like the insignia of that channel. And it's like they have all the old school channel icons. So it was like USA Network, but it was like from like the early 2000s, and like ESPN2 when it was like this hard, like extreme sports font.
Yeah.
And like TBS, the Superstation. Like this guy was freaking out because they still had those old emblems, like when he was changing through the channels at this hotel.
Huh.
Magic Bullet infomercials.
Fuck yeah. Dude, I'm
Watched
trying
a
to
lot
think
of
of
that.
a good one. Everything falls off a cliff once I remember the Slap Chop and that guy. Like, I can't remember any good ones pre-Slap Chop. Billy Mays.
Yeah, because that's when it started to become like a meme and they leaned
Yeah.
into the shittiness.
Yep. Dude, I remember my grandpa got a fucking Ronco, the Showtime That thing was
lucky.
thing was legit.
Yeah. I'm sure it wasn't.
Dude, it worked fucking gangbusters, man. No lie. I am not being paid by Showtime.
Dude, for a little fat kid without cable, that was like watching porn.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck, they're gonna put. Oh,
You got Channel 96, Spice Blurry, and food infomercials. Let's
talk about like watching porn. You and I, Steve, are probably the prime age of like on Comedy Central. They used to just after a certain point, it was just commercials for Girls Gone Wild for like 4 hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were so starved.
I had an old roommate who fell for a Girls Gone Wild knockoff called Wild Party Girls that he bought like 10 DVDs for, and I don't even think they got naked. He just got tricked. Like the what was the old CD company that you paid a penny for?
Like Random House or something?
Yeah.
It was like Columbia House.
Yeah.
It was Columbia House. So he got tricked into a softcore porn version of that where he got Wild Party Girl DVDs.
Dude, that's
Times
awesome.
are tough, kids. Sorry.
Dude, speaking of, one of the last vestiges of like DVD from Columbia House I got was the entire series of Roseanne from Columbia House.
This guy and fucking Roseanne.
All roads lead to Roseanne.
Exactly. Dude, this thing, it was like, I don't know, it was like early stages of DVD or something when they couldn't like compress or format enough episodes onto a fucking disc. But the entire, granted it was like 10 seasons or 9 seasons, the entire box set on DVD of Roseanne was like this fucking tall. Like each CD, it was like 2 episodes. So like one season had like fucking like 9 DVDs. So it was literally, it was like 80 or 90 like fucking discs that you had of Roseanne. Things we lost in the fire.
Had. Me and Steve didn't have it.
That I had. Now. Dude, Roseanne's a banger.
How did that last 10 seasons? I'd rather watch ALF day and night than Roseanne.
Oh,
me too.
All right. I'll be an island on this one. That's fine.
The only thing I remember about that show is that they live in Iowa, right?
Illinois, bro.
Okay. But then they open up like a loose meat sandwich restaurant, which is an Iowa thing.
The lunchbox.
Yeah, so I remember that.
Holy fuck.
Because Made Right is a chain in Iowa that makes loose meat sandwiches. I don't know, like I know Tom Arnold, he is from Iowa. I don't know if Roseanne is.
Dude, I can't, there's an actual like the Roseanne, I know where the Roseanne house is, like the exterior shot. I can't.
You know exactly where it is.
No, I really don't, because I would love to fucking blurt it out right now, and my wife will probably fucking give me shit later that I can't remember. But there's an actual town in Illinois. It's supposed to be set in, and that exterior shot, those like static shots where they show, and then before they go into the scene, like I know where that is. I want to say it's like Rockport or something, but that's not right.
Can I bring
somewhere
this all together?
360 it
with a phrase that I'm sure Jim is going to love: uniting Iowa and Illinois, who share a border at the Quad Cities.
Oh, yes. Shit.
Jim, is the Roseanne house near the Quad Cities?
No, I think it's farther away from that. But that makes me think of the Quad City DJs from Space Jam. The fucking...
Just
come on and slam.
Yeah. If you want to jam.
Anyway,
everybody get up. It's time to slam now.
Davenport, Iowa, and East Moline, Illinois, for all you geography heads out there.
Oh, geography is going to be very relevant towards the end of this episode, so
okay,
keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, let me just look this up really quick, because there was like a trend about 10 years ago of doing mashups of the Quad City DJs with random songs, seeing if there's one for ALF. No, there's not. ALF has a great theme song, though.
Raise your hands in the air if you feel fine. We gotta take it into overtime.
But yeah, back to fucking ALF. Bit of a backstory on this movie. So during the second season of the show, ALF reached as high as 10th place in the Nielsen ratings. But by the time season 4 hits, it's down to 39th place.
Ew.
NBC moves it from Monday nights to Saturday nights and then to Sunday nights, but the ratings kept falling. And that being said, they had made a verbal commitment to the production company, Alien Productions, for a 5th season, which is how, we didn't really talk about this, but the season finale for season 4 of ALF ends on a cliffhanger because they thought they were going to have another season, but it actually ended up being the series finale because they didn't renew the show. And at the end of that, I don't know if did you happen to watch this, Jim?
I did not.
I rewatched it because ALF rules. But at the end, in that episode, ALF gets in contact with some survivors from his planet, Skip and Rhonda, and they're going to come to Earth to pick him up and take him to a new planet that they got. They bought it because it was a foreclosure. But at the end, ALF and the Tanner family are arrested by the alien task force, and the series ends with a to be continued. Obviously, that never happened, and that's sort of what the intention of this film is. It's a true series finale. So I guess I should ask you guys, are you even, Steve especially, are you even familiar with like the basic plot mechanics of the ALF TV show?
Not even a little bit at all.
About 0%.
Completely unfamiliar. Less than 0.
Okay, so in the first episode, ALF crash lands in someone's garage. He's an alien from the planet Melmac. His real name is Gordon Shumway, but they call him ALF.
Just real quick, are we going to go through all 96 episodes?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
His real
100.
They call him
100
ALF
episodes
because it stands for alien life form, and
Holy
he
fuck.
lives with a family, the Tanners, which is Willie. What the fuck are those? Everyone else's name in that? I know there's a baby in season 4 named Eric.
Who
you're
gives
gonna
a
give
fuck?
you're gonna give the company to Eric?
People want to hear this, Steve. Everyone
All
gives
right,
a fuck
sorry.
about ALF.
Yeah, all right. 1 down, 99 episodes to go.
So Willie, daughter Lynn, son Brian,
Sure.
wife Kate. And every episode is like ALF is in their house. He's annoying. He wants to get out, but the Tanners don't want the neighbors to find out that they're harboring an alien. That's the show. So that's why in the season finale, series finale, they get arrested because they have been harboring an alien in, I think, California for like 4 years.
Hijinks ensue. And
he also eats cats.
He's
Steve.
obsessed. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't care for that. So
I thought that would be, I forgot about that fact, which is weird because that's like one of the hallmarks of ALF's personality.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, dude, this is going to be an extra hard sell with Steve, being that's his
Also, a lot of things
favorite
about
delicacy.
ALF they sort of backed off from because kids started getting super into ALF. So there was an episode where he puts the cat in a microwave, and then a kid tried that in real life.
Wow.
So they sort of backed
Fuck.
off of the he eats cats. Also, he drinks alcohol in the first season. They stopped doing that. And there was an episode where he gives himself amnesia because he's like in the tub and accidentally drops a blow dryer. And a kid tried that in real life and almost died.
all right,
Fuck.
I'm back in. We're now back into hilarious.
Yep. Kid violence. We're there.
So yeah, that's ALF. There was also I don't know if you remember this, either of you, but 7 episodes of a late night TV show hosted by ALF on TV Land called like ALF's Talk Show or some shit.
Oh, dang, I must have missed that.
And that was in 2004.
Holy
Jesus.
fuck.
Did he wear a suit and shit? Like
No.
Letterman? Okay.
But Ed McMahon was like his sidekick, at least in the pilot episode.
In 2004? Ed McMahon was still alive?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Damn. He's probably still alive. One thing, part of my research that came up,
Oh my god.
I stumbled upon, no, this is fun. I guess ALF was huge in Germany. I don't know if this was a pin that you had, Chris.
No.
to go up later. Yeah, I guess it surpassed the popularity of that of United States viewership in Germany. I guess their big channel over there, like synonymous with like or equivalent being like ABC, Fox, and shit like that. NBC. It's called ZDF, and they started airing it and to rave reviews, and like there was like a cultural like wave like of clothing and like almost like like Tiger Beat and shit like for young girls of them like with ALF like dolls, and they had like jean jackets with ALF like set out like on the beach like with a fucking Mai Tai. Like it's weird, dude.
Talk about a fucking indictment of the German people. that ALF and David Hasselhoff are the things that really took root in their culture. That is embarrassing.
Yeah, so
for big fans of Wham.
Oh boy. Yeah, so this film I think I shared with Chris when he invited me on for this. I shared
their film.
Yeah, and I just thought it was fucking funny. Like, oh yeah, it was, because I figured it was like a global phenomenon. But that was the actual like theater. That was like the marquee poster. They released fucking Project ALF in theaters in Germany.
Yeah,
like it was so big, and it was all it just says ALF der Film. Like
that doesn't really surprise me though, because oftentimes made, at least back from like the 70s to 90s, made for TV movies would be released in theaters in Europe. So that part doesn't surprise me. I guess I'm a little mystified as to why he was so popular in Germany.
I saw that, and I tried to delve into, I didn't dig too hard, but I tried to delve into why, like what was it about ALF? But I couldn't find anything like substantive other than like it just caught on there, and they fucking dug the shit out of ALF so much so that they aired it in theater.
After they translated it, it was actually funny.
Shut up with that filthy pig Latin.
Like it's some sort of alchemy where they take dog shit and turn it in German. Can you imagine ALF in German? Holy fuck.
Dude, another fun point about that. So I guess the person who voiced ALF in Germany, his name was Tommy Piper. Tommy, spelled Tommi, Piper, became a pop star. He released a bunch of albums, one of which included a single that was like a top charting single in Germany about ALF's girlfriend Rhonda. It was like it's like a fucking, he's like a crooner, like singing a love song to Rhonda. But yeah, I guess, so it was like, it kind of like fed together. Like he became popular from ALF, and then he started like making albums and became a pop star. So maybe that fed into like the popularity of ALF there too. Like Hasselhoff, he was a fucking singer there too and all that. So who knows? That's a pretty heavy set of twin dragons you're wielding there, Hasselhoff and ALF.
Yeah. I just don't know what to say about that, other than I like the ALF. I don't know about the Hasselhoff.
Nah, yeah, I'm cool on that. One last thing about Germany too. This was funny. The show's popularity led to a huge increase in theft of the numerous road signs in the German town of ALF. So much so they had to they started putting like municipality like names and the mayor's name on the sign that said ALF to like de-incentivize people from stealing.
That's amazing.
That would be pretty rad to just have like a 4-way stop sign in your fucking room that just says ALF. All right, that's all I got for German.
I did read a great
side
review
notes.
by a young man named Xavier Alexander that says, "This is the best movie I've ever seen, and I'm 13." I just really love that. Like, I don't know if he's saying I'm 13 as a way of like bolstering his opinion. Like,
I've been here for 13 years, and this is the best.
And don't worry, I'm 13.
I know what I'm talking about.
Or if he's hilariously like qualifying it, like best one I've ever seen, but I'm only 13.
That's awesome.
But Project ALF.
Project 86.
This was directed by Dick Lowry. He's directed a lot of things, most of which you probably haven't heard of. His most popular film that he's directed on Letterboxd is Smokey and the Bandit Part 3.
Holy shit.
But I've seen a couple of his other made-for-TV films. The Meredith Baxter duology of A Woman Scorned, the Betty Broderick story, and Her Final Fury, Betty Broderick, The Last Chapter, both from 92.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
I don't know what that is. Can somebody explain that to me?
My wife's into that shit. Yeah.
Is this a burning bed gal?
I don't know.
What's Meredith Baxter from? Is she the mom from Family Ties?
She's just in every made-for-TV movie ever.
She was the mom though in a seminal show. I feel like she was the mom from Family Ties.
Yeah, Family Ties.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's where I'm placing her from. I've heard that name though. That what was her name?
Betty Broderick.
Betty Broderick. Yeah, my wife has watched those films for sure.
Broderick committed the murder as an act of revenge after Daniel left her and divorced her. So yes, she killed her husband.
How'd she kill him?
I think she just shot him. It's been a while since I've seen those. I think she shot him. Yep. She shot and killed her ex-husband.
Wasn't he beating her?
Dude, it's been so long since I've seen that. I think in the movie, though, her husband was played by Stephen Collins, the dad from Seventh Heaven.
Seventh Heaven.
Speaking of pedophiles.
Yeah.
Dude, I think there's another pedo link that we'll have going on here in ALF here soon if we get to it.
Don't tell me this about ALF.
No. Grace's no, not ALF. No, the dude Willie.
Oh, Max Wright.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I don't know if he's a full-on pedophile or that came out, but I'm pretty sure he came out as a creep.
He's not even in this movie.
Yeah, he's separate. So the family that Alf lived with in the sitcom that he's separated from.
I don't care.
Yes, you do.
I guess the dad turned out to be a creep. Later on,
So from what I remember, he was addicted to meth, and he and his boyfriend, lover at the time, would go and hire male prostitutes and just smoke meth and have orgies.
Who amongst us, glass houses, throw stones? Not I.
Yeah, I thought it was something more though, that he did something creepy. But anyway, the only thing I remember about that dude is he I always confuse him with Dan with two N's, which is a fucking sacrilege. Florrick from Law and Order SVU, the head guy, the bald man. I always think of him. He looks like Franklin the Turtle's dad. He looks just like, I always called him Turtle Man. When I'd see him on the screen, I'd be like, oh look, it's fucking Turtle Man. Because he looks just like Turtle Man. Yeah, he looks just like a fucking turtle.
But he was the owner of Central Perk in the pilot episode of Friends, and maybe a couple after that.
There you go.
Oh, all right. I'm back in just when I think I'm out.
But yeah, the movie begins with a military convoy driving down a desert road under the cover of night. No, we are. We are. We are. You're going to soak in this, Alf. They arrive at the fictional Edmonds Air Force Base and pull into an airplane hangar in which a makeshift hearing has been set up. This hearing is to discuss the top secret Air Force project, codename ALF.
ALF. You get it?
Oh.
Alien life form, dude.
We're introduced to our main characters, Colonel Gilbert Milfoil, played by Martin Sheen. Captain Rick Mulliken, the scientific coordinator on Project ALF, played by William O'Leary, and Major Melissa Hill, clinical psychologist, played by my girl, Jensen Daggett.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Best final girl in a Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, she was in Manhattan. Dude, that's one of my favorite, hot take. That's one of my favorite Friday the 13th.
Hotter take, it is my favorite.
Yes! Dude, I don't know anyone that doesn't shit on that fucking movie, dude. It's great.
It's good. Everyone can fuck off. But
Hell
apparently, so the TV show was on NBC. This was released on ABC, and William O'Leary and Jensen Daggett played a couple on Home Improvement, which is an ABC show.
Oh, yeah. So she was only on for a little bit, but the dude, second baseman from Bull Durham, our main dude, he played fucking Tim's brother on Home Improvement. We've been going on a spate of Home Improvement revisiting as well. Ho, ho. Yeah. Tim's Brohan.
Yeah, so ABC was like, well, these two already act in a show together. Let's just put them in Project ALF. Yeah, I don't remember them being in Home Improvement, but I didn't watch it that much.
He was in, yeah, dude, we've been going hard on the series. We're on like season 4 right now. We started from the beginning. Yeah, he's in quite a few episodes. Bulk of the series, dude. Yeah, he plays Tim's like ne'er-do-well, kind of like hanger-on, like he's like asking Tim for money every once in a while. Like he's kind of a black sheep compared to Tim, so it creates conflict. But I know him best as Steve does too, the second baseman Jimmy from Bull Durham, one of the finest baseball films ever made, in my opinion. Who marries the Tim groupie Millie? That's right.
Okay.
Yep.
I know him best from 1996's Project ALF. So this meeting has been set up to determine the immediate future of Project ALF. Colonel Milfoil wants to resume testing on ALF and possibly kill him. Mulligan and Hill want ALF to be released. We get some exposition to bring viewers up to speed on the arc of the television series. And Milfoil...
I cannot believe we're going through the whole thing.
We are. We are. That's what we do.
All right.
This movie demands this sort of attention. But don't worry, my notes get progressively less detailed.
Yeah, once they get the caddy, it's pretty...
Yeah, that's where it really falls apart.
So Milfoil reveals that after the events of the final episode of the show, the Tanners were placed in witness protection program and moved to Reykjavik, Iceland, which for some reason in the universe of this movie is a third world country that doesn't have telephones.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, I've seen plenty of documentaries and shit now. It's like, dude, Iceland looks dope.
I've seen the Mighty Ducks too. Seems like they at least got a pretty good hockey program over there.
Yeah. Wolf the Dentist Stanson.
Dagoni.
Let's go shake their hands.
You lost it for yourself.
Fuck yeah.
So the hearing watches footage of Alf's psychological and physical tests, finally reintroduced to the old Alpha himself. Probably the best part of the movie is this.
Fuck yeah. This is the scene, or these scenes that my kids got the biggest kick out of, for sure. Him going through the battery of tests and then getting punished, like in the centrifuge.
Yeah, we get a bunch of very of the time references. Marion Barry, Pepsi versus Coke taste test.
Dude, I thought Steve particularly, I was like, dude, if anything he's going to hold on to, the Marion Barry line would be one. I was like, I hope that's enough to carry him through to endear
in a vast
Alf
ocean of unfunny shit. That was my buoy. So yeah.
Yes. We get some don't ask, don't tell jokes. Yasser Arafat.
This could not have been more 1996. If it tried.
Yeah.
Dude, the Yasser Arafat still gets me. And like when the lady later on was like, I've met Yasser and she's a better drummer than he is, or whatever, like that, all that shit. I loved that.
Yeah. So at the hearing, there's like a bunch of politicians or whatever. One of them is a senator who I feel like is supposed to be an analog of former Texas Governor Ann Richards, which leads me to believe that the other three people are like also references to political figures that I just don't understand.
I think you're right, because it did seem strange that they were like, and former Senator this lady, which at the time you would think like, okay, well, this is obviously referring to somebody that makes no fucking sense now.
Yeah.
That was completely lost on me. I was thinking maybe they were going for a Janet Reno kind of thing, maybe in there, but Ann Richards is a total blind spot to me. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Governor of Texas, super southern accent like this lady, similar white short haircut, similar large earrings. But the committee decides they will reconvene in 2 weeks to determine what happens to Project ALF. During that time, all testing on ALF should cease. Milfoil strongly objects, and we get to see how ALF has been living for the past 6 years since the TV series ended. He's just running poker games, betting on horses, selling bootleg VHS.
Get me the results from Santa Anita. I love that. If anyone's seen Sergeant Bilko, that was, funnily enough, released around the same time, there's a very similar scene to this setup when he's like running the fucking poker game. He's like got all this shit going on. If anyone's seen Sergeant Bilko with Steve Martin, he's like a kind of a ne'er-do-well military dude, and he's like got a fucking like setup just like this. There's like a scene just like this where he's like playing craps, and he's got his like second lieutenant like running shit for him, and like, you know, he's like playing the ponies, and he's got like a secret inventory going.
If you're a fan of really unfunny movies, you're gonna love Sergeant Bilko.
I refuse to believe that Project ALF is anything but 100% original. Back in his office. Oh, go ahead.
If you watch Sergeant Bilko, you will see the similarities in Technicolor.
I think that's the only movie I've ever walked out of.
Sergeant Bilko?
I think so. Me and my grandma.
Dude, that's fucking nuts, because I saw that with my grandmother as well in the year 96, 97, and we stayed for the whole thing. Dude, that's nuts. That must have been like a grandma thing. Like,
it's a very much grandma and
the attachment to Steve Martin. Yeah. Dude, that's wild. That's like an indelible memory, is watching that.
Much like
because I was like exactly. Because I think that was like the only film like it was like an event, like my grandma's taking me to the movies, or to the show rather, and we went and saw Sergeant Bilko.
Somewhere across the Atlantic Ocean, a grandmother was taking her grandson to see ALF der Film. Back in his office, Milfoil wistfully stares out the window and says, "Mama," which I don't know why. I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay, I will say this movie sucks shit beginning to end. But this part did tickle me a little bit. And I'm sure it's not like a unique perspective, but it reminded me of Gremlins, where it's like this really boring dog shit movie that takes a weird sentimental turn.
Mom?
Yeah, because he tells his second lieutenant, Harold Reese, that when he was 12 years old, his mother was abducted by aliens. The experience drove her mad, and she killed herself.
Nutty as a fruitcake, she said. Why would they say that?
Ever since then, he's had a vendetta against extraterrestrials. He convinces Reese that ALF must be destroyed. He coerces Reese into signing a requisition for a top-secret serum, which Milfoil intends to use to kill ALF. So, Milfoil's really the Steve of this movie.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Thank you.
Let me steady your hand, son. Dude, that part, I was like, what the fuck? What's even weirder that Martin Sheen's in this film is that he's fucking working. Like, I feel like he's going for it. Like, he's not going through the motions. Like, he is going for it in this fucking movie, which is a testament to him.
A pro like him never phones it in.
Fuck yeah.
Elsewhere on the base, Hill informs Mulligan that she's transferred as of 0800 hours tomorrow. And just then, an airman enters asking for Mulligan's signature on that very requisition form for biohazardous materials. Mulligan and Hill deduce that Milfoil plans to kill ALF despite the ruling at the hearing, and so the only thing they can do is kidnap ALF and take him off base.
It's not kidnap. They're going to liberate him.
Exactly.
Which if this requires Mulligan's signature, it seems like they could just not sign it. Seems like an easier solution.
Fair enough.
They explain the situation to Alf. He's so comfy at the base, he doesn't want to leave. So they sedate him, put him in a mailbag, throw him in the back of a military van.
You might want to wash that mailbag.
Yeah. So Hill tries.
I was wondering. Do you think he took a shit or he just pissed the mailbag? When he's like, you might want to wash that mailbag later to Jimmy or whoever the fuck.
Rick.
Jimmy.
Dumbass.
Do you even know what movies are, Jim? His name's fucking Rick.
Yeah,
Captain
seriously.
Rick Mulligan.
I think this is a joke.
I'll always know him as Jimmy. Starting second baseman, Durham Bulls.
So they're trying to sneak him out of the base. He starts to wake up. Shenanigans ensue, but they get off base, and now they're on the lam. They discuss what to do next. And Hill mentions that her father was friends with Dexter Moyers, an ex-NASA employee, who was either drummed out or resigned after testifying in front of a congressional committee that alien sightings should be made public. She reached out to him. He offered to help. So the crew begins making their way to Moyer's house near the Arizona-New Mexico border.
AKA the bad guy from Blank Check.
Yes. Also in Twin Peaks, as you mentioned earlier.
Damn.
Yeah, he's like actually the best character in that show.
He's dead now.
Yes, Miguel Ferrer.
Dude, Miguel Ferrer is fucking awesome. I love him. He's in 2 really good episodes of Tales from the Crypt that I love. And then he was in a fucking a Stephen King adaptation called, I think it's called The Night Flyer. It was like a HBO Direct movie that fucking made me shit my pants as a child. Around the same time, around 96, 97, 98. I saw that by myself. That's a fucking scary movie. I really liked his turn in Twin Peaks, the original. I fucking loved his character. Yeah. And in The Return, fucking awesome. Like, there's a scene, God, it's like raining and like, fuck, I can't remember what he says. It's like the singing in the rain thing, and he says like, he says like fucking whatever bullshit. I can't remember the guy's name. God damn it. Like Fred Astaire, or someone old like that. Like, it starts raining and his fucking umbrella like fails on him, and he says something super funny, just like curses to himself. But anyway, yeah, he's fucking awesome character actor. One of my favorites. Whenever I see him in something, it's a remote drop for sure.
Can't help you out on that because I did not watch The Return. I think I watched
really?
An episode and gave up.
Yeah, it's a slog through a couple episodes for sure. I will not lie, at least for me personally, but I'm glad I wrote it out because I'd say it's worth it on the whole. And like, even if you want to stick around, like if you're a big Miguel Ferrer aficionado, it's worth sticking around for when he like his re-entry after 20 years is fucking awesome. He just like picks up right where he was, like in that character. Like, anyway.
Almost like Alf being on a 6-year hiatus. Hasn't lost a step.
Exactly.
So they stop at a motel. Alf's pissed. He's been taken off base. Mulligan goes out to get him some food. Alf is jumping on the bed. The tenant next door comes knocking. Hill and Mulligan tell Alf to hide in the bathroom, but by the time they return, he's escaped. So where was your... Are we there yet? Or just let me know, Steve, when your jumping off point is, or did that happen 20 minutes ago?
God, great question. Yeah, it was pretty quick. The problem is, it's just not good. Like, none of it's good. The story's not good. Dialogue's not good. Yeah, but other than that, everything's great. So
the camera was pointing at the actors while they were delivering their lines as written in the script. 5 stars.
I did like the aside with the trucker who comes and is like, hey, you're fucking, I know what it's like to be a newlywed, but I gotta get some sleep. Anybody recognize that dude from Scream?
No.
The cameraman, Randy, who Courtney Cox is giving the business the whole time. Like, Randy, I know you're about 20, 25 pounds overweight, but when I say move, I will need your tub of lard ass. He gets his throat slit on the fucking windshield. I think his name's like W. Earl Brown or something. He's been in quite a few things, but that's him. That dude.
Did not clock that.
I did not either.
I did some extensive IMDb
She
and
was no
letterboxing.
Sharon Stone.
Hit me with the phone, dick!
Alf goes to the motel's front office. He meets the owner, played by Ray Walston of My Favorite Martian fame.
Fuck yeah.
Little in joke that no one gets 40 years later.
Dude, he had a great turn on Erie, Indiana as well.
Corn syrup. Same thing they use for pig blood in Carrie.
Yep.
He convinces the man that he's a Wolverine from Michigan, borrows the man's coat and hat, along with a quarter to make a phone call. Outside at a payphone, Alf calls his friend on the base, Sergeant Murphy. He tells Murphy that he's been kidnapped. He asks Murphy to bring him his cash, credit cards, and his pool cue. Murphy asks how he can get a hold of Alf. Alf tells him to leave a message on the internet.
I thought that was funny. That was like the only mention of the internet really in this film. And he's just like, leave a message on the internet. And it just made me think of like the early days of like what the internet was. Like it's this nebulous like thing, you know, and now how it's so ubiquitous and tied into like every fiber of your being. Like you can't go without the internet in today's day and age. I thought that was a fun artifact, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of took it as a joke of like, oh, that's really vague directions until 45 minutes later when it gets brought up again, and it's like, oh no, they are just leaving messages on the internet to contact each other.
Some like wacky-ass Usenet.
Yeah,
fucking
like BBS.
Or like the first Mission Impossible.
Dude, that's fucking wild because I was just going to fucking say that. Get out of my head! I swear, like the Book of Job, all that shit.
Yeah, that whole email sequence, like,
yeah.
Dear Internet.
Recently watched that for the first time, so I vaguely know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, dude. That was, late 90s, MI1. That's like seared.
Much like Project Alf, prominently starring a member of the Estevez family.
Exactly. There's a connection, 360. Fuck yeah.
So, since Steve had never seen the show, he probably didn't get that when Alf spots a strip club called the Kitty Cat Lounge, he thought it was a restaurant where you can eat cats.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I'll take a big calico medium rare. Also, we breezed by this, but I thought the dude Jimmy or Milliken, whatever the fuck his name is, his impersonation of Alf when he's like by the door, he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm not as peckish as I thought I was." He's pretty spot on Alf, dude.
That's a
was
great
like,
Alf impression.
Yeah, I was like, this guy fucks.
Mulligan finds Alf at the club and manages to get out of the situation by explaining that they're on their way to Mardi Gras and that they're wearing costumes. But when they get outside, the motel is already swarming with cops, and Alf swindles the motel owner out of his pink Cadillac.
Out of his shoes.
Yeah. But he says the car is worth $700 to $800. I don't fucking believe that.
No way.
It's like pristine 59 Cadillac.
Yeah, it's a pretty good looking ride. Even for back then dollars, like, I feel like that had to have gone for at least 5 G's.
Yeah.
One thing too, before I forget that we breeze by, in the Kitty Cat Lounge, there's a dude, the bouncer. I clocked him immediately. The bouncer was one of the fucking lackeys at the diner in Independence Day, Steve, that are giving shit to Randy Quaid, where they're like, Russell, when they brought you up into the spaceship, did they do anything, sexual to you? That's that guy.
I fly.
Yeah, I'm pilot. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I guess going back to bit character actors, one of the cops is credited in this movie as Greg Allen, all one word. Gregalan. And I was like, man, that's a terrible fucking name.
Dude,
Oh, you mean Gregalin, the mythical creature from the deep?
But in his like IMDb profile, he is Gregory Space Allen Space Williams.
Yeah, don't get it fucked up.
Yeah.
Here's one for Dick if he ever listens. That made me think of, do you remember the baseball player Glenn Allen Smith? Chicago Cubs.
No.
His name was all one word, Glenn Allen.
Oh. No, that's awesome though.
Yeah. Awful.
I'm gonna have to bring that up separately to him. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, fucking."
Oh yeah, pie trainer.
Cal State Fullerton, 98 to 2002.
I also recognize Ed Begley Jr., who has been in every single movie I've ever seen. Apparently,
yeah,
he's great.
That is weird. He's only in there for like 30 seconds,
but he's in everything I've ever seen.
He's in another good movie that might make for a dead format. It's one of these days called Meet the Applegates, which is like, I don't even know if it was released on film or in theater or was a direct to like HBO joint, but that's if anyone's seen Meet the Applegates, he was in that. He was like a lead role in it, and that's a fucking wild movie for Ed Begley Jr. to be in my opinion. But
well, not really. If he's in every movie, well, some of them are bound to be weird.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I looked him up on IMDb. How many credits do you think he has, Jim?
364.
You're a sick bitch. It's like 350.
Yeah, I was going to say, he also is in a great episode of Tales from the Crypt, so.
All right.
Is that the one with Tim Curry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that's a good episode. What is it, the salesman one?
Death of some salesman.
Yeah, yep.
Jesus. All right, I'm in the majors right now.
You're in the fucking nerd sphere.
I'm a single A baseball player, and I am in the majors. All right, go ahead. Get back to this dumbass movie.
Mulligan Hill and Alf arrive at the ultra futuristic by 1996 standards home of Dexter Moyers, complete with a woman servant named Nina and a robot servant named Rocket. Dexter Moyers is super creepy, but for some reason, Hill is super into it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't know I was friends with your dad is an effective pickup line, but she's just fucking soaking through from word one from this guy.
Yeah, the first note I had from Miguel Ferrer was trying to get his fuck on, for sure.
Yes.
Dropping the whole, your middle name was Angel. All that shit. I was like, dude, this was your like buddy's daughter? What the
Who
fuck,
you knew
man?
when she was 9?
Yeah, it's like, bro, this is wrong.
Yeah, I'm no pedophile expert, but I can't imagine. I mean, a novice for sure, but I can't imagine trying to tell a girl like, I've had my eye on you for a very, very, very long time. So how could that possibly work?
It was working on her for sure. She had them goo-goo eyes for sure. Yeah, that was like, fuck, man, that's brutal.
Yeah, it was weird. Upon meeting Alf, Moyers says that this is the moment he's been waiting for his entire life, and Rick is feeling a little bit intimidated by Dexter moving in on his lady. He asks him point blank why he was drummed out of NASA. Moyers deflects. Mulligan keeps pushing and asks Moyers about something called the Lobo incident. And Moyers just says, that's the biggest lie the government ever made about me. He reveals that his plan for Alf is to reveal his existence to the world on the Nigel Neville talk show. Mulligan protests, saying it's too dangerous to put Alf on a flight to London and have him at the mercy of the media, but conveniently Moyers has a full production studio in his house, so Alf...
Built in.
Yeah, Alf will not even have to leave the premises.
I did like the scene where they're like measuring him. And he's like, we got a 47 waist. He's like, I'm losing weight after the holidays. It made me... I was wondering if the it might make you think, Steve, for something to latch on, Ross on the fire escape. I'm carrying a little bit of holiday weight. Yes, no.
Any port in a storm.
That was pretty check out at this point.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, man. I was too at this point. I was like, fuck, dude, this is a slog. Like, if anything, this film needs that. I mean, I think you'd be hard pressed to like think that you'd have a lack of, but through 40-year-old man eyes, I was like, we need more ALF.
Every time Alf isn't on screen,
this picture,
all the characters should be asking, where's Alf?
Where the fuck is Alf? Like, we need more Alf in this film.
I will say, and this is one thing that I have always thought about this movie, even though I really do like it, is that I don't know if it was written and edited to have a laugh track, but there's like a lack of incidental music, and like the editing is just not quite tight enough to where a lot of it is just like kind of awkward.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It does feel pretty stale and like dry, or maybe not dry, but yeah, there's a lack of like stingers, like from scene to scene. Like it's just like, here's this scene and there's humans talking, and then there's this scene and there's no Alf, and it's like
it's just not funny.
Yeah, it feels very boring. Like the one scene in this guy's the futuristic house that got me like a legitimate chuckle is just partially it's seeing Alf running down the hall in his silhouette.
Yeah.
But then chasing the cat because he's fucking obsessed with wanting to eat a cat, and he's all, here, kitty, kitty, and he fucking runs by and looks like a little fucking Ewok. Like, me and my kids were like, that's funny. But then he disappears, and then it's like more like talk and mumbo jumbo and shit. It's like, dude, Alf needs to be front and center in this fucking film, and he's not. And I think it hurts.
What do you think, Steve? More or less Alf?
I have watched ISIS beheading videos that are funnier than this fucking movie. But yeah, overall, it's pretty good.
Later that night, Alf wakes Rick up to help him use the computer so that he can get on the internet, send a message to Murphy. Rick stumbles upon a file called Operation Payback. In the file, he sees bid estimates with country names listed next to them. Just then, Moyers enters the room and asks what's going on. Alf explains, and Mulligan leaves for Hill's room. Mulligan goes to talk to Hill about Operation Payback, and Moyers shows up once again to creepily interrupt the situation.
So, there's security cameras going on right here, watching every movie that you make. Oh, yeah. Guy plays a intimidating, like, creeper, for sure. Miguel Ferrer does. Like,
yeah, he is very creepy.
I think we didn't touch on it too, but one of the things that gave me a chuckle too was this robot that's kind of sprinkled throughout that has attitude, and I think the gal even talks about like, ooh, a robot with attitude. And then Miguel Ferrer's like, what does he say? He's like, yeah, I modeled after my first wife. Like, I was like, all right, that's
some classic 90s women are horrible people humor that is not funny today.
It gave me something to latch on to, at least.
So the next morning, Mulligan's left the house. He makes a call to his Air Force buddy, like, hey, look up some information on Project Lobo, because I don't trust this guy. And as they prepare for Alf's TV appearance, Moyer's charming demeanor has dissolved, and he's being a douchebag to Alf. Milfoil shows up to the diner where Rick is making this phone call from, arrests him, and Hill confronts Moyers about Operation Payback. Moyers explains that his actual plan is to sell Alf to the highest bidder, and he locks Hill up in a room in his house. I just don't think this is really a good plan. Like, I feel like the government would be like, oh, that's cute. No, you're not selling him.
Yeah, this is ours. Goodbye. You're dead. You're dying. Pew, 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 pew. I did like the Gerard Depardieu drop from Alf when he's like, they say the camera adds 20 pounds to your nose. We learned that from Gerard Depardieu movies. That was fun. I couldn't let that one pass the goalie.
Mulligan bargains with Milfoil. He tells Milfoil he'll reveal Alf's whereabouts as long as Milfoil promises that Alf and Hill will be left unharmed. Back at the Moyers house, Alf is workshopping jokes for his TV appearance, and Moyers is getting increasingly pissed with Alf. I gotta say, Steve, you say this movie's not funny, but this joke about shower curtains is one of my favorite jokes of all time. Please tell me you at least pushed some air out of your nostrils. Stone-faced.
I don't even remember what it was.
What's the difference between toilet paper and a shower curtain?
Yes. You are exactly right. That is the only time that I give a little...
Yes!
It's good shit. 5 stars.
It is quality. I was hanging on.
Yeah.
By thread.
Just when you thought you were out, he pulls you right back in.
Pulls you back in.
With that
and I
toilet
even
humor.
gave like a little cunty, like I didn't want to acknowledge it, like yeah, it's pretty funny, but yeah.
Fuck Alf.
Yeah, I'm cultured, so alright.
So everyone's being a dick to Alf, and he starts to have second thoughts about a TV appearance. Nina tells him that he can't speak to Melissa because she's busy. Alf locks himself in the bathroom. While this is going on, Moyers is on live television telling Nigel Neville that he plans to reveal Alf to the world after the commercial break. They can't get Alf out of the bathroom, and conveniently, when they come back from commercial, Milfoil shows up to arrest everyone. He reneges on his deal with Mulligan. He says Hill and Mulligan will be court-martialed, and Alf will be dead by the end of the week. Mulligan presses the record button on Moyer's computer and confronts Milfoil with the requisition order, and Milfoil admits to the whole thing, even going so far as to explain that he was setting up his second lieutenant as a patsy. It's all irrelevant anyway because Milfoil burns the requisition form. Back at the base, Alf is strapped to a chair. Milfoil tells him that the hearing will reconvene in 48 hours, at which time Project Alf will be terminated. Not just the project, but also the Alf. It's a hot line. Gotta like that, Steve.
No.
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 Okay. As Milfoil is having a celebratory drink in his office with the officer in charge of the hearing, Second Lieutenant Reese enters with a videotape of Milfoil admitting to everything. Flash forward to the hearing. Hill, Reese, and Mulligan are all being rewarded with promotions, and the government is going to do everything in its power to keep Alf safe. Credits. The end. Project Alf.
ALF.
So, thoughts, gentlemen. Let's go with G-Baby, Jim, first.
Boy.
It's a loaded question, but how did you come out feeling about Project Alf this time around?
This time around, it was pretty rough, for sure. The last, probably half was kind of a struggle, but particularly the last third. I think most of my nostalgia, begins and ends about, the halfway point. And I'm like, this is pretty brutal. But there's enough at the beginning that kind of carries me through. And then, one thing we didn't touch on towards the end, Martin Sheen, just, not fucking going through the motions. At the very end, the way he enunciates, when he looks at Alf and, he tells him to take him away. He's like, take him away. He disgusts me. The way he says it. And, you feel the hatred that he has for fucking Alf. I love how much he committed. He disgusts me. That shit, that got me pretty good. That just small part, but, yeah. I love how much Martin Sheen is selling. And that he even was yeah, I'll fucking do this. That's wild to me that he committed to this film and just went for it. Yeah, but this movie does, it's fucking rough. I'm not gonna say it sucks, because I love Alf, but this movie fucking kind of sucks.
Oh my God, listen to yourself.
It's rough, man.
I
but
don't want to besmirch
the good name
Alf
of
legacy. It's a dumbass.
Yeah, fuck this movie. Yeah, the beginning's okay. It's like, yeah, this is rough. This is like, it's just like it's a cultural, what do you call those? Fucking timepiece. What do you call those?
An abomination.
No, what do you call them when you like bury them and you fucking like you dig them up later? Time capsule. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'll just stop talking now.
Yeah, keep it buried. It's the worst movie I've ever seen of all time. And I've never seen The Godfather 1, 2, or 3. I cannot believe that I was forced to watch this dog shit.
I've made Steve watch some questionable, some rough movies too before in our pod. So yeah, this is
I honestly
high praise, low praise. Whether
I honestly thought this was Chris just fucking with me because of our history of making me watch Versus, which is maybe the second or third worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, to be fair to Chris, that was one on my list that I wanted to watch, regardless of his involvement. So I'll take some of that blame too. But yeah, to say that this was worse than that, in your opinion, I mean, yeah, I think this is the new low watermark. Then instead of the high,
it's just not a movie. This isn't a thing. It's not.
It exists. We all three watched it. It's
no,
a movie.
It doesn't. No. I refuse to accept that.
If an Alf falls in a forest, does it make a sound?
Yeah.
Schrodinger's.
So what do you think, Chris?
Alf.
You like this one, or?
Oh, I fucking love it. It is like, on this show, I do try to pick out things that I think people will like. I kind of knew like Jim already sort of liked this, so there was that. Steve, I didn't think you would like it, but I was like, maybe, I don't know if he's ever talked about it, but maybe he likes Alf. They talk about Alf on the show all the time for some reason. Maybe he'll like it, but I'm not at all surprised you don't.
It's from like one soundbite that I've played a couple times
over and over
every episode.
Alf.
But I mean, maybe like I just like Alf, and in the parts of this that are lulls, like I get to look at Jensen Daggett, so I'm cool with it.
She is easy on the eyes, beautiful. That's for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So
dude, I looked into her filmography. It's a shame she wasn't in more.
You did.
I absolutely did. I was like, dude, she fell off a cliff after like 2010. Just like, maybe she was like one of those actresses that like just fucking like she just had a kid.
You mean she
was
only
like,
had a 20-year career in acting?
Well,
that's
you
not
know
really
what I mean.
Falling off a cliff.
Well, I mean, if you look at her filmography, it's pretty wild. Like
he means
like
he was just Googling her nude.
Exactly. Yeah,
dude,
beach,
she was in
feet.
Major League Back to the Minors. What are you talking about?
I mean, the high point for sure is Project Alf, and then it goes off a cliff after that. It was like one episode of like fucking, you know, like crossing Jordan or something like that, you know, like.
Hey, she was also in the stand-up special Gallagher Overboard.
Holy ballsack. Didn't Gallagher turn out to be a fucking weirdo too?
I don't think he turned out. I think he started out.
Well, it came out later that like, yeah, he's a fucking creep. Something like that.
They come for us all, brother.
For some reason, I was doing a deep dive on Gallagher a couple months ago. I think he was on an episode of the Mark Maron podcast, which is, for some reason, that's the only episode of that podcast I've listened to, is the one featuring Gallagher. I think he did say some weird shit. Yeah. But I don't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, they had a famous falling out, and then his brother, Gallagher 2, took over the act, and it's a whole thing.
Huh. Wild.
I watched a lot of his specials because they were constantly playing on Comedy Central at the time.
Yeah, I remember.
But I could not name you like a Gallagher joke other than like, this couch is really big and it's a trampoline.
I just remember people wearing those slickers, those half slickers, like poncho things that they hand out in the front crowd. And
It's like going to a fucking Guar concert.
exactly. Lay waste to some fucking watermelons.
But yeah, Project ALF, extremely good, extremely funny.
Yeah, other than all the criticism, pretty good flick.
Yeah, I do think, as I said, editing is a little off. Maybe put some more music in there to fill in the awkward silences. But if you like ALF, you'll probably like this. Although a lot of people complain about like, oh, where are the Tanners? And it's like, I don't know. The show is never really about like ALF is what you tune in for every week. And it is kind of funny to just have like the throwaway joke of, yeah, they're in fucking Iceland. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's like you think of like the secret agent or whatever who fucking bamboozled something and he's like at a listening post in fucking Alaska or whatever, like they just got banished. It's pretty funny though that they picked Reykjavik, Iceland of all places.
Yeah, not like Pyongyang or
Yeah,
whatever.
like Siberia was a popular target at the time.
Or like this is Desert Storm, like they're in Iraq or something.
Some fucking far-flung random oblast of Russia.
Kuwait. This movie sucks ass. Can we just acknowledge that?
But yeah, so it seems pretty unanimous. Thumbs up all across the board. That was Project ALF from 1996.
Yeah, that's 6 thumbs between the three of us. So, pretty unanimous though.
I feel
Steve,
like it would have been better served as like an hour long, like condensed, like one of those
totally
between a movie and a special.
Yeah, that totally would have made it better.
Would have saved it and more ALF.
Yeah. Steve, did you have any other reviews of this film other than I'm 13 and it's the best movie I've ever seen?
No, that really just kind of encapsulated my whole feeling about it. So,
dude, I did pull one that I thought was pretty fun. Okay, so this is
just acknowledge Chris's mustache, by the way. It's so much better than both of ours.
Oh, yeah, Jim already acknowledged it.
I did off pod when you were fucking flailing.
You were late. I was not late. You were late.
Getting into this, I was like, dude,
we were waiting on you. You were late.
The stash is aggressive as shit for sure. Yeah, exactly.
I fucking wish.
It's giving Tombstone 1993.
Uncle of mine, White Earth, by the way. So I'm an authority. Go ahead with your dumbass, whatever.
Okay. So taking a page out of Steve's book. So user review, Project ALF, 7 out of 10. 10er out of 10 is the title from I Want a Swedish Girlfriend username. Okay. Very dark. So dark that you suspect there's a motive behind the darkness. And that's good. In 1996, you thought you had it all seen... In 1996, you thought you'd seen it all before. Corrupt politicians, ruthless bureaucrats, indecent tax collectors. The 90s show The X-Files chewed on all these modern abominations. And that's exactly why this ALF movie feels so extremely dark. Because its TV predecessor never did. ALF was constantly surrounded by a happy-go-lucky family, borderline stupid. How do you go from a superficial, joke-absorbing sponge of a family to a CIA that tortures the alien ALF? Not by accident. It's a reminder that virtually all people are scum. Don't get distracted by their stupidity. If people encounter the tiniest impacts on their meaningless lives, they form groups. Groups that have been part of all along really exclude and harm outsiders and genuinely cannot tell what's wrong with that. The more reason to stay vigilant as an outsider like Alien ALF. People don't understand that they are ticking time bombs. They won't spill that fact. You have to figure that out for yourself. The tenors won't. Satan won't reveal that. They are always happy because they are stupid. 10 out of 10 at all times. Now imagine this dark movie sequel with an ALF tortured by the CIA that didn't exist. It would intentionally mislead the viewer. Not allowed. This movie needed to be funded, no matter what.
Hell yeah.
And that's why I joined Heaven's Gate.
I was like, holy fuck.
I've never been more turned on.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude, I was like, whoa, dude. Yeah, this is the birth pangs of a new leader.
Hell yeah.
Of a new cult.
I'm converted.
An ALF cult.
That was Project ALF. We all loved it. Go check it out.
So good. Universally acclaimed.
Coming to an East German theater near you. We talked about this a little bit, but during this whole ALF craze, there was a merchandising craze. You had ALF sleeping bags, ALF telephones, ALF German magazines of children sipping Mai Tais on the beaches of Germany. But another product that they made were computer games.
Oh, boy.
One of those games was called ALF's US Geography.
Oh, nice. We're bringing it back to the geography.
I grabbed some questions from this MS-DOS computer game, ALF's US Geography, and you guys just buzz in with your name and tell me the answer. Sounds simple enough?
Yep.
Got it.
Okay, so the first question in ALF's US Geography: the Straits of Mackinac are in...
G-Baby.
Jim.
Michigan.
That's 1-0 in favor of Jim.
Yes.
Second question. The Mesabi Iron Ore Range is in... Mesabi Iron Ore Range.
G-Baby.
Jim.
Pennsylvania.
That's incorrect.
Is this just U.S.?
Yes, only. I should have said that. These are all U.S. geography questions.
So I'm going to need to be spotted a point retroactively. So what was the last question?
Mesabi Iron Ore Range is in, and all of the answers are states.
Ohio.
Sorry, the answer was Minnesota. Still 1-0 in favor of Jim. Wheeling.
Well, didn't really know the rules, so we'll just call it 0-0.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Wheeling and the Allegheny Mountains are in...
Steve, West Virginia.
That's correct. 1-1. The Platte River is in...
G-Baby.
Steve.
I heard Jim first.
Look at him. He's Googling.
No, I'm not.
I see it in your glasses.
Nebraska.
He's Googling. Look at him. Look at the screen. Everybody knows it's Nebraska.
Nebraska is correct. 2-1 in favor of Jim.
Hands up.
Oh, yeah, now he is. Look at him. You can see him cheating. Everybody, how do you not know it right away? Platt, yeah, let's see those hands up and face this way. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Mammoth Cave is in...
G-Baby.
Damn.
Montana.
I was going to say it was almost simultaneous, but you got it wrong, Jim. So, Steve.
Oregon.
Also wrong.
Fuck.
2-1 still in Jim's favor. That was in Kentucky.
I never would have guessed Kentucky.
Well, yeah, because you didn't Google it. Fucking dipshit.
Pikes Peak is in... Steve.
Colorado. Nice try. Let's move on.
Forgot my own name. God damn it. Pikes Peak or bust, you fucking asshole.
2-2.
Sorry.
All tied up.
Sorry for the outburst. Sorry, Daddy.
Good soup. The Black Rock Desert is in... Steve.
Ooh, which one is it?
South Dakota.
No.
G-Baby, North Dakota.
No.
Oh, fuck!
Kind of shocked Steve didn't get this. That is in Nevada.
Whatever.
Damn. I thought that was one of the Dakotas for sure bowls.
That's the Black Hills in South Dakota.
Which
actually is also a question later on, so we'll strike that. So 2-2. The Kennebec River is in...
G-Baby!
Steve.
Damn you.
Maine?
Yes.
Fuck.
3-2. Steve is pulling ahead. The Green Mountains are
G-Baby.
in... Jim.
Vermont.
I totally rung in first. Check the tape.
No. I was
3-3.
there.
3-3. It is Vermont because that is French for Green Mountain.
Check the tape. I guarantee you I buzzed in first. That's fine. Under protest. Go ahead.
The Great Smoky Mountains are
G-Baby.
in Jim.
Tennessee.
Yes.
Well, they span multiple states? What kind of...
Well, these are the answers according to the MS-DOS game ALF's U.S. Geography.
Oh, cool. I guess we also don't hear when somebody buzzes in, but yeah.
So
Right,
4-3.
Oh, yeah. Must be nice. Steve. Me. Sorry, there must be some kind of delay. Can I go 2 points for answering before I even hear the question?
Blind. Go for it.
If you want, if you want to try.
Do
That's the only way I'm going to be able to come back. Let's go.
Oh, go. I didn't ask the question.
You just pick a random fucking
All right.
state.
How about 3 points? If just fucking go. All right.
The Snake River is in Steve.
Oregon?
That's incorrect.
I think it goes through Oregon.
ALF disagrees.
Do I get the rest of the question if he
I
failed?
can hear him clicking.
That is the rest.
He's clicking. I can hear it.
That is the question.
Wait. The Snake River is blank.
In-
Snake River. I'm going to go Washington State.
That's incorrect.
Damn.
It's in Idaho, according to ALF's U.S. Geography. So G-Baby wins.
No, under protest. You have to have 2 more. I guarantee it.
No, I do have one more, but it was the Black Hills are in. Which
South Dakota.
Hey, we can make it.
all tied up.
We can make it a do or die.
Okay, let me fucking load up ALF's U.S. Geography
I'm gonna need to see your fucking hands.
for the sudden death round of this game that doesn't matter. ALF's U.S. Geog. Hey. Yep.
I mean, we got a 50-50 here.
You're going Lego hands.
Should I go CTE? Look, hands.
Enter your first name. Enter your last name. Press a key to ring doorbell. Hello, Chris. Let the old Alfer help you. With
Alfer?
United States Geography. Meet me in the garage in a few minutes.
Whoa.
What?
He lived in the garage in the TV show. You would know that if you'd ever watched it, Steve.
Not even once.
As a quick aside to Vamp, I guess the TV show was rife with it was like a death trap because of the puppeteering of Alf throughout the set of the TV show in the family home. Like they had like trapdoors and shit to like pop him up, like, and to like have him insert and stuff, and like people and crew members and shit like fucking like twisted ankles and like fucking all kinds of shit happened because it was like a super unsafe environs.
It's crazy to call something a death trap and then to back it up saying
Twisted ankle.
people got twisted ankle.
I got a sprained ankle.
Oh fuck. Yeah, it was like the mines back in the 1800s.
Exactly.
This guy twisted his ankle.
Who's winning the match, Pop?
So,
State.
for all the marbles, for some reason,
Okay, yeah.
the Ouachita Mountains are in
G-Baby.
Jim.
West Dakota.
You're an idiot. You said it was Ouachita,
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
No, that is where the wind comes sweeping down the plains.
Can we keep
Twister.
guessing until somebody gets it right?
Sure, that was Arkansas.
Okay, I guess we're not gonna keep guessing.
Yeah. Are there
Oh,
more
was
questions?
I going to sit here and listen to all 50 states?
Well, we only had 48 more to go.
So
Yeah.
the White Mountains are in
G-Baby.
Jim.
Ew. White Mountains.
Missouri.
5.
New Hampshire.
Oh, that's right.
This is bullshit.
Jim wins.
This is bullshit.
He's the king of U.S. geography.
Fuck you.
I pulled that directly out of the center of my asshole.
Google.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. You can see him looking at his other fucking monitor. Wow, cool. Cool game, boys.
If it's any consolation, geography is kind of my thing. So
I think the Zoom noise cancellation cut it out, but I did hear on Jim's end Siri saying, "The White Mountains are in New Hampshire."
I will be vindicated upon re-listening that I buzzed in before dipshit on whatever it was. That's fine. You know.
Asshole.geography.virus.
Yeah. Look up dipshit.ass and you'll find him there. Fucking dumbass.cheater dick.
That was 1996's Project ALF. Thank you guys for coming on and breathing life into this dead format with me. Tell the fine folks out there where they can find you and anything you've got in the works.
Fuck you.
Get waxing the porpoise.getfucked.virus.
Send hate mail. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't listen.
Yeah, we have our shit's still up. It's still active, even though we haven't dropped an episode in 7 months. But yeah, Waxing the Porpoise. Googleize it if you want to find our hijinks. Chris is on like 8 episodes, so if you like him, look for episodes with him on it.
The best ones.
As your guiding light. Yeah.
Send them an email. Let them know how wrong they are about Project ALF.
Fuck, dude, I can't even remember our email. I think it's
wax at waxingtheporpoise.com, I believe.
Wax, not to be confused with wham, WAX at waxingtheporpoise.com. If you hate either of us, please email us. It would really go a long way. Thank you, Chris, for having us on.
Thank you, guys.
As always, this was an absolute ball.
Yep. So on behalf of Jim and Steve, I'm Chris. This has been Dead Formats. If you have any questions about the show, or if you have a dead format topic that you'd like to hear me cover, or if you have any suggestions for potential guests, please reach out. You can email me at deadformatspod@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram at deadformatspod. Thanks for listening.